Hello everybody, my name is Kuszynski, and I'm going to be going over my week 4 retrospective for my senior innovation project. My senior innovation project objective is really to create a streamlined game character asset creation pipeline that would cater to a intermediate level of art student. My sprint objective for this week is much similar to last week's, where I was involved in breaking up the aspects of my workflow diagram so to make small simplified tutorials for each step of my process. And as you see here, it goes from exporting all the way down to creating the final passes in Photoshop so that you have something to work with and just giving to somebody as an actual marketable deliverable. Now, I've kind of given you an example here of one of my tutorials and what it might look like. So I'm going to let you watch a video, a portion of the video, which will be about 2 minutes long. This is a much longer process, so here's one example that you can actually view on YouTube. Go down to polygons, and we can hit our Control-Shift again to create a quick hit face normals, and it'll create a icon on your shelf that looks like this, face normals. And whenever you select your geometry, you can hit your face normals, and as you can see up close, some of these are facing inward, where you can see just a little dot, and some of these are facing, or all of them are facing inward, and these are actually coming from the other side, moving through the mesh. So if we want to reverse that, we select our geometry, go into normals, and just hit reverse, and that should fix it for us. All the rest of these should be pretty, they're based on primitives, so we don't have to worry about their normals not facing the right direction. This one, however, was. And we can turn on face normals, we can select our geometry and turn our face normals off. Now, once we've done that, we can select all of our geometry and move into ZBrush for sculpting. I've created an icon on my shelf for that particular button. Makes it easier. This is the Go plugin that you will see now. Now that you've actually gotten kind of a glimpse of my workflow, here is a reworked workflow diagram that you actually see that I used from last week. This is something I've been working on for quite a long time. It needed a bit more refinement, so my mentor and I thought that it would be better to give a more contextual feel to it, from top to bottom in the reading process, and also, in a circular format I chose, so that it's much easier to walk through. This one is, of course, the past one, and if we work through this, we look at the better one. And as you can see, some more of the words are spaced out. We're still going in kind of a clockwork fashion where you can read around it. But in analyzing my work this week from the 6 thinking hats standpoint, I was able to rework a lot of my tutorials so that it worked out a lot better. The user can actually understand them a bit better. Also, I was able to work on the dissemination of my work, posting my videos on YouTube, going to forums, and offering up my workflow diagram to get people to get the attention of people to see what they thought about my workflow diagram in any case. Some things that I felt, the project was kind of more refined in a lot of areas this week, and I kind of like the idea that I was able to do that. Something else, still very, very cumbersome considering the work we do to the number of tutorials that I had. It's a good thing. Everything really, considering a lot, the tutorials particularly, and the creation process. Something that I might employ would probably be some type of on-screen display of the hotkeys, which would help me with not saying every little detail to my project as I do the tutorials. Keycaster is a good example. But ultimately, trying to make things more refined, things didn't work well, was bugs and cozy. And then thank you so much. I'd just like to thank you for joining my presentation.